Hey everybody, this is Scott. I'm going back in time and doing a follow-up for part 2 of the 17th of October 2020 here on Sheep Guarding Llama. Because I did a part 1, I didn't get a chance to do a part 2. My week has been just too busy, but I did want to catch up some. This evening, Liesl talked to me and decided that she wanted to start learning photography. We didn't do anything tonight, but we talked about it, and she said, you know, she thought it'd be really interesting and something she'd like to get into. So tomorrow, I'm going to start working with her on learning some new photographic techniques because she doesn't know anything about how cameras work, right? And she has a phone, but she's never worked with like a camera. So I'm going to try to introduce her to some topics and let her start to learn and experiment with that. This morning, and I don't know if I mentioned it in part 1, I may mention some things twice because I have no idea what was in part 1 at this point. I'm recording this quite a few days later. But the kids and I went out for a walk with the dogs today, which I do have video of. Hopefully I'll be able to layer that on with this, which would be great. We didn't go real far. They took their phones, did some Pokemon Go, walked the dogs, which is great. The dogs really needed it. And we got some exercise. And we're going to start making the kids walk regularly now that Dominica and I are walking, but we'll see how long that takes before it really sticks, or if it does at all. But that was fun. This evening, I kind of mentioned that I was feeling like Burger King, and Liesl perked right up and said that's what she wanted. So I ran out to Burger King, picked up Impossible Whoppers, and Luciana really wanted mac and cheese. So I told her I would go to KFC and try it out for her. Got that, and biscuits from KFC. She loved both. That was a big win. Also very expensive. I can't believe how much it costs to get mac and cheese and some bread from KFC. But that was our early dinner. We watched a bit of Wizards of Waverly Place this evening. Both girls are enjoying the show, but Liesl obviously a lot more, as Luciana doesn't really like TV all that much. And then I had been promising Liesl, because she had been asking, late tonight I went out to Sonic and got ice cream for the girls. I resisted getting it for me. I've done pretty well with that. I've tried to cut out, long ago I cut out soda, but I've pretty much cut out all, there's no soda whatsoever. I really hasn't been for a few years. I'm attempting to cut out the Kool-Aid, which is a diet Kool-Aid, so it's really only a few calories a day, but it's still laced with all these chemicals and, you know, fake sweeteners and stuff, and they're not great. So I'm trying to get rid of that, but I've really cut out the sugar for the last several weeks, and I'm doing pretty well with not craving it, although ice cream can really look good. And the kids are always like, oh, here's some leftover, do you want some? And I'm like, ugh. No, but that's been going really well with resisting that, and hopefully that works out. So after we had ice cream and after we had Wizards, pretty late, I went out and did a 3-mile walk, which I'm loving. I'm able to record it on my my Amazfit watch now. I figured out, or it's new. It's got working GPS, so I just go out, tell it I'm doing a walk, hit the GPS and start walking, and it tracks everything: my stride, my pace, it keeps my heart going the whole time, so I really know what's happening, and it maps my entire walk, so when I get back and load it into my phone, I know everywhere that I went, and it's really cool. And I just have so much information, so I'm loving that. And doing 3 miles, I figured out that if I go through the park and go up to Frankfurt and over to Josie and do like this big route, it's about exactly 3 miles. And is all pretty well lit. There's some longer paths on the orange line that I'd like to do on the Greenway. It's the orange line of the Greenway. That's a little bit confusing, but that's how it works. But they go into like really dark under bridge passes and stuff that I don't want to do at night. I mean, I'm not too worried, right? First of all, it's Carrollton. It's really safe. And other people do it. I see like teenagers go through there every so often, and it is not a completely unpopulated area, but it is pretty dark, and it's a stupid place to go if you don't need to, is pretty much the gist of it. I wouldn't be real concerned, but I'm also not going to do it just for fun. So I figured out this other path that I can go that's really nice and well lit and very safe, and gives me a good walking path. So I did that tonight, got a nice 3-mile walk in, and it was time for bed. So I will see everybody tomorrow.